Back to the daily grind, and shout out to the full-time patrons. Make sure to hit subscribe if you're new and hit thumbs up if you're not a baby back bagel biting bitch boy, cause you know what time it is. It's full time.
MMA.
What the fuck, full-time family? Kevin Lee has missed weight for his UFC Atlantic City main event against Edson Barboza. Kevin Lee, actually, two of the fighters that I look at as like up-and-coming prospects with some serious potential in the UFC as far as championship potential, both of them missed weight this fight. Bro, that chick Aspen Ladd, I mean, I don't know a lot about her. I know she's undefeated. She was going to be fighting Leslie Smith, who's, of course, the spearhead of Project Spearhead. They were going to be fighting on Fight Pass. Aspen Ladd, though, I believe trains with Rosenheim, Eunice Valentina Shevchenko at times. She got a TKO in her UFC debut, you know, a finish in the second round over Lena Landsberg, if I'm not mistaken. So Aspen Ladd is a chick that's got a lot of potential as far as, you know, training with the champion, being a very high-level fighter, and already had a successful UFC debut. She's very young in her game as well. So just she missed weight by a pound or two. I'm not exactly sure the amount. That's one fighter, but that's, you know, a side note compared to Kevin Lee. Like, are you kidding me? Are you fucking kidding me, dog? Man, I'm a fan of Kevin Lee. I don't want to say a huge fan yet because I mean, I'm starting to become a huge fan of Kevin Lee, but some of the stuff he says, I'm still at that level, you know, where you kind of cringe, like, oh, come on, dog. But at the same time, I enjoy it. Now, with that being said, in his last fight versus Tony Ferguson, you know, in his fight versus Michael Chiesa, he's got a lot of potential and promise. And this is where I kind of have to step back from being a huge fan and just a fan. Like, all right, dude, you've been talking all this shit, calling out Khabib, talking about people not being professional, and here you come missing weight. And then in the fucking excuse he gives, it's not even a good one. My dude Kevin Lee said, for the first fight ever in my athletic career since high school, for the first time ever in my athletic career since high school, I've missed weight this morning. I just ran out of time. I apologize, UFC Dana White and Edson Barboza. Tomorrow I'm gonna go put on a show. This dude's doing a lot of apologizing because I remember just in his last interview he said, yo, I called up the UFC personally and apologized for not beating Tony Ferguson, because if I would have beat Tony Ferguson, you know, then this whole situation wouldn't have happened. And it's like, man, that's cool. I get your point and all. That's just some of that fun trash talk, you know what I'm saying? But here, I mean, it's not like my guy took the fight on short notice, you know what I'm saying? Like when Yoel Romero missed weight against Luke Rockhold, and even some people said, well, you still had a month. Kevin Lee and Edson Barboza have been scheduled to fight for how long now? This wasn't a short notice fight for Kevin Lee at all. This was a main event fight. You know what I'm saying? For one, we seen Kevin Lee had troubles making weight in his fight versus Tony Ferguson, but we put it on the staph infection. You know what I'm saying? Which actually makes a lot of sense. If you got staph infection and you're trying to cut weight, fuck, you can only imagine. Actually, you really can't imagine how tough that must be. But you ain't got staph infection this time. You just missed weight, and you're talking about you ran out of time. And it's not like you took this fight on short notice. How do you run out of time against a fight you've been scheduled for? And if I'm not mistaken, Kevin Lee's been working with the Performance Institute leading up to this fight. I could be mistaken because I don't think he would be working with the Performance Institute and missing weight when he's never missed weight in his UFC career before. Holy flying flipping flapjacks, dog. This is just a big fail by the Motown phenom Kevin Lee, because he's one of the guys in this fight. If he would have won, possibly that could have been in line for a title shot. Right now we're looking at Dustin Poirier and the winner of this fight. Kevin Lee would have been higher ranked than Dustin Poirier, although he would be coming off of, he still had a loss to Tony Ferguson. But the thing is, he would have been in the conversation for a title shot. Now it's really not even. I've been hearing Ariel Helwani talking about like the James Vick fight and the winner of this fight. That looks a lot more likely now, you know what I'm saying? Or just makes a lot more sense. I was thinking, okay, yeah, that makes sense for Edson Barboza, because you don't think Edson Barboza is going to be getting right back in there with Khabib. You know, we just saw the Khabib versus Edson fight, pretty one-sided. Not a lot, you know, it's not like people are just like, man, I can't wait to see Edson versus Khabib too. So if Edson wins, then yeah, Dustin Poirier is going to get the nod over him for sure. Edson Barboza would keep his number 4 ranking, but he wouldn't be getting a title shot. Maybe he fights James Vick, who knows? But if Kevin Lee won, I didn't really see him fighting James Vick, just because it was like, yo, he might be a guy in the running for a title shot. But he just missed weight. So with that being said, this fight, in my opinion, doesn't really have title implications anymore. Although you kind of gotta pump the brakes because Yoel Romero did miss weight versus Luke Rockhold, and he's still fighting Robert Whittaker for the title. But the thing is, that was a #1 contender he beat, and it was supposed to be an interim title fight in the beginning. Not really the case here. Edson Barboza is not the #1 contender who Kevin Lee missed weight against. So if Kevin Lee wins, he's probably still gonna have to fight at least 1 or 2 more times to get back to the title. But that's all good, man. I'm still gonna rock with Kevin Lee. It just was really fucking disappointing when he missed weight today. It was really unexpected for me because, you know, he's been talking about a lot of other people talking. It's like I've seen someone in the comments like maybe if he wasn't talking, or not in the comments, but on the comments of the article, because I clearly haven't put the video out, but where I was getting this article from, and they were saying like maybe if he wasn't spending all that time talking trash, he would have had more time to cut weight, because he's been on a hell of a, like, I just seen a thing with ESPN where he went at like all top 5 contenders. Conor McGregor, oh, this guy, blah blah blah, if he really wanted to fight Khabib, he should have did it on contract. Oh, Khabib, oh, I've been calling him out for years. Oh, Dustin Poirier, oh, I don't really know if he should be. Oh, Eddie Alvarez, like, he literally went down the list of why everyone doesn't deserve pretty much a title shot, like, or just, you know, kind of criticizing the other fighters, trash talking, whatever you want to call it. But it's like, didn't you miss weight? It's like, now I want to see all of them. I'm sure, you know, people are going to use this against him. Like, dude, you're working your way, you know, in future, you missed weight. Even though it's his first time missing weight. Anyways, man, I've said enough on this video. Kevin Lee missed weight in the main event of UFC Atlantic City against Edson Barboza. So this is still a great fight between 2 of the top lightweights in the world. Just not really a title contender match. The winner of this fight is probably not fighting for the title. But either way, still going to be a fun fight. Let the full-time family know what you think in the comments. There was also one other fight I might as well just tell you on this video. So yeah, Aspen Ladd and Kevin Lee both missed weight by a pound or 2. And then also there was a fight, Magomed Bibulatov, I believe is his name. He was fighting Oka Sasaki. Well, Bibulatov is off the fight. I believe he had an injury, a last day injury, they said. Like, he was injured on the very last day. I don't know what. Maybe he tripped on a cord or something, I'm not sure, but they didn't say it was a weight cutting thing. It looked like it was an injury. So that fight, I believe, is actually canceled, but that wasn't like, that might have been on the Fight Pass prelims or on the prelims. It wasn't a big fight for this card. Either way, that fight was canceled today, and then these 2 fighters missed weight, but their fights are still on. So let the full-time family know what you think in the comments. I'm out. And as always, thanks for watching this video. If you enjoyed this video, make sure you hit the subscribe button and also hit the notification bell right next to it so you're notified every time I upload a video. I'm out.
This is #1 bullshit.